So since I've been here in Korea, one of the things that I've actually really enjoyed has been more or less being an honorary member of the J-Vlog community from Japan. And that's one of the reasons why I took time to go to the Tokyo YouTube gathering last fall. Now, during that visit, I met up with Victor, Give Me a Break Man, Harris, Warped Gaijin, Ed Tomorrow, a few others as well, and we strolled through the streets of Akihabara Electric Town. And while I was there, I made some offhand remarks about Super Sentai, and Kamen Rider. And since then, I've been getting a lot of comments about how I became aware of these programs. Do I watch them? What do I think about them? So I thought that would be a really good topic for a video. And I think the best way to have that conversation is to really dial back the hands of time to what I like to call Super Saturday. Those mornings were fantastic, and I can very vividly remember running downstairs to plop in front of the television to watch these animated adventures. But they weren't just cartoons, they were of course live action counterparts as well.
Wonder Woman, now the world is ready for you, and the wonders you can do.
Young Billy has been granted the power by the immortals to summon awesome forces at the utterance of a single word. Shazam!
And these extended to even more programs immortalized by Sid and Marty Krofft.
Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition met the greatest earthquake ever known. Electro Woman and Dynamite.
So as you can see, I grew up watching programs that dealt with science fiction, teamwork, adventure, heroism. And I was just thrilled to watch these adventures week after week. And of course, my father was really into science fiction as well, so that I'm sure helped. So when I finally saw what I think was my very first Japanese program in the United States, no wonder I was hooked.
Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go!
Now, of course, the animation for Speed Racer really wasn't outstanding, but it told some fun stories. And at the time, I was playing with Hot Wheels, having massive tracks throughout my bedroom and racing the cars with my friends. It was a lot of fun. And when more and more Japanese programs started finding their way to the television, I couldn't help but to be enthralled by watching them. In fact, just hearing a few bars of this program instantly teleports me back in time. Some of these programs were so different and told such a long story arc that it was radically different from anything on television. So I really became invested in learning about the program, and to this day, some 35 years after the program first debuted in the United States, I still remember the theme song. Bum 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 bum. We're all
outer space. We're leaving Mother Earth to save the human race. Our star blazers.
So since that time, I've kept up with various programs like Super Sentai, Power Rangers, or Kamen Rider, Masked Rider, because these shows have been on air for 40 years. And they basically tell the same story week after week, yet they're continuously able to reinvent themselves. And that's what I try to get from them. I want to find out how I can change what I do to make it more interesting for my audience so it just doesn't become repetitive. And it's also why I pay attention to shows that have been rebooted or reimagined, because sometimes they're done very well. And at other times, not so much. While I do deride a lot of Hollywood films and television programs for quote-unquote running out of ideas, I also think there are a number of shows that were really ahead of their time and would be well served by an update. So there you have it. That is my story of how I got involved watching various Japanese programs throughout the year. But before I go today, there's one thing I would like to know. Looking back to your youth, what one television program has had the most impact on your life? Please put the name of it down below. And until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Stay true to yourself and always be awesome.